Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader. Thursday night, February the 23rd. These are the charts of the day. We'll go over some interesting patterns today. We had a breakout on Exteran Holdings, EXH. You can see the clean triple top here that was broken with a price volume surge and a breakaway gap. There's the opening gap. Volume was the second best this year, looks like, and a good closing at the upper end of the range, up 233, 19.24%. And 4.2 million traded. Really good volume. And at this point, it looks like we can probably get it up near the 18-19 zone. That'll be our swing trade target. SMSI wanted to show you that our swing trade, which had a big negative reversal and then a strong spike to the upside today. So a very positive finish. Going from 207 to 272, closing at 265, up 33 cents, 14.2% on 1.4 million, and then that was the best volume in 2 or 3 weeks. So 2 weeks. So let's see if this turns out to be the bottom of the channel, whether we can move up towards the top of the channel, at least starting with a move to 10 and then 310 and then about 370. Big day for PCS as well. You can see the stock popped big time after running up in a rising channel since the beginning of the year. Today it gapped up and ran hard and closed near the upper end of the range, up 142 at 13.8% on 15.3 million. Now, if we look back at the overall chart, you'll see that there's a huge gap up here, but this snapback move right up to this range was taken out today. It was 1139. Today's high 1188. Although it closed at 1170, still closed above this high, which would then set our next target up near this gap down here, around 13.5 area. So that would be our next target for PCS up at that zone. Leap had a good day, and not only did it surge, but it closed above this line. That's key for me. I'm looking for a move to test the gap now, up around 12.25. That's my near-term target. Secondary target up around 13.5, 14. Need to get a follow-through though. DSCO had an impressive day today. Now let's look at this pattern. You'll see that this double top here and this top here were exploded through today. Now, although it did get to the top of the short-term channel, on the pullback we issued a swing trade. Maybe a timing error. I'll have to just see. We've had a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-way move to the top of the channel. It often is not a good place to swing it, but I'm going to hold that. I'm going to see if this high around 2, let's call it 295.3 zone in here. If that can hold on a pullback and it starts still moving up, I would not be shocked to see around at 394 and then possibly 495, my swing trade target. Holosys, nice day today. You can see how it popped 79 cents or 8%, nearly a million traded. That was the best volume in a month and a half, almost 2 months. And this consolidation was broken out today to new highs, the highest level since July of last year. There's some resistance up here at around 11.25. I expect that to be tested short term, but with any luck, we may see this run up towards the 12.5, 3/4 range, maybe as high as 13 at the top of the channel. EKRX, one of our top stocks for the year. Look at this long-term chart. Is that a beauty? Continues to run up. We spiked up to the top of the channel, pulled back to the moving average and trend line, and then popped today for 93 cents or 7.8%, 1.6 million traded. If we can just get this up across this line here, the stock may very well start to accelerate into the mid to high teens. Big day for soda, up 2 3/4, 1.2 million traded. Not especially long, strong volume for it, but the best volume in a couple weeks. Not only that, but it's popped up and through this 2.5 week channel. And if we can get up through the resistance at 43.45, that would, for me, signal that we are about to move into the high 40s, maybe even 50. TYL, another one of our top 20 for the 2012. You can see how it's actually accelerating its movement. It's moved up through the channel top, pulled back, and then spiked up 241 or 6.5% today. 321,000 shares, not especially strong volume, but for that stock, not bad. It's the highest in about 3-4 weeks. I'm expecting this stock now, based on the long-term pattern of new all-time high territory, that this may very well accelerate into the low to mid 40s. Glue, with a very nice pattern on a daily chart. Here's the long-term chart. That looks terrific. Long-term, looking for high single digits, but on a short-term basis, let's see if we can get up and test this 575 area. That's my short-term target. Secondary target is 7. Nice little head and shoulders. Breakout here, the run up to resistance, and a pullback to test moving averages and the breakout point of the neckline on the head and shoulders. Today, snapping back 24 cents or 6.3% on nearly 2 million shares traded. Halozyme, which is one of our swing trades in here and worked out pretty well, is still pressing higher. And at this point, the top of the channel continues to be tested. Looks like it may work its way up into the 13 range. Motricity, wanted to show you this pattern. I'm very intrigued by it. We had a sharp spike here on heavy volume from 75 cents up to $1.85. Then a pullback, bounce, pullback, and bounce. It's forming a wedge pattern here. Watch this carefully for a move that takes out the $58.60 area. If that happens, it's going to accelerate, test 195 and blow through it, getting up to 215, 2 3/4. That's my target going forward. Now, TiVo has been flagging here for about a week and a half. Now, after the close today, I believe they came out with earnings, although they had some downward revision, so we may not see the stock do what I thought it would, but it's going to be interesting to see what it does tomorrow. And anyway, this flag here hopefully can get some upside movement into the 12.5 area. Even if it does open lower, it may very well reverse. At least that's what I'm looking for, but we'll see. Testing support now. Tomorrow's support is going to be around 1095.11. And lastly is Fire, which had a big day yesterday, but I wanted to show you it had a bit of a follow through after pulling back early. Up only 54 cents, $1.2%, but this one looks like it's up and away, and at this point may run into the low 50s. That's it for tonight and this week. You guys have a good weekend. We'll talk to you Monday night.